This is Modern Persian Food,
a culinary podcast for today's food enthusiast.
We talk about classic Persian flavors,
modern recipes,
and embracing culture and identity through food.
I'm Bita.
And I'm also Bita.
Welcome to our show. Hi, friends. Welcome to episode 121. Today, we're talking about the top 5 categories and items to shop for at your local Persian or Middle Eastern market. I'm here with my co-host and partner, Bita June.
Hi, I'm excited about this because I feel like a kid in a candy store when I go into a Persian market. And that might just also be because I don't have a ton of Persian markets around me. So when I go there, I'm just like looking at everything and looking at the ingredients and all the products and just like taking it all in. So I love that we're talking about this today.
Yeah, clearly you might be listening vicariously, if you're in a remote place or location that doesn't have one at your fingertips. But this will be fun whether you actually can do this or not. And I have friends I've had some friends that have been on vacation that'll message me and say, oh my goodness, I'm at a Persian restaurant. What should I order? Or there's a Persian market here. There's so many cool things. What should I get? So we thought, even if you don't have one at your fingertips, it might be great to hear about the items that we recommend that you grab.
Right. And then also just a footnote that a lot of these products can be purchased from online Persian retailers. And sometimes if you have a Persian market, they sometimes do have an online store. So be sure to check that out too. All right. With that, let's go ahead and get started. Number 1 on the list. Drum roll, please.
Jams.
Yes.
What's your jam?
What's your jam?
Jam on it. Jam on it. Persian jams. Persian jams are really special. They are unique and not always the easiest to make at home. So if I were to say just a few that I would grab if I were at a Persian market, I would say
Quince.
Gul.
Yep. Gul. Rose. Is that your favorite jam?
Yeah. In fact, those are the 2 I got yesterday. I got quince and I got rose.
Lovely.
So those would be the 2. And then the third, we actually already had this, but my next one I would have grabbed is sour cherry.
Yes. Albalu. That would be my number 1 is the sour cherry. Morabba. Morabba means jam. So those are really beautiful. They also have like orange peel jam. We talked about oranges a few episodes back. That's a good one to get. And sometimes you can find carrot jam, although a lot of people make that at home. So maybe that's a future topic idea.
That's a fun aisle. There's some crazy jams out there. I was like, my mind was blown with some of the ones I saw. Many interesting kinds, lemon, and these aren't necessarily Persian, but at this particular market, they have Turkish, Greek, Middle Eastern jams. It's really fun. So definitely grab some jam. And I think what goes great with jam is our next item.
Yeah, next item on the list is bread. So you can get really delicious bread from a Persian market. If you're lucky enough, they actually have a tanur or a bread oven there, then you're like super in luck and you're super lucky because you can not only get the delicious, soft, fresh bread, but the aroma of the bread cooking is like intoxicating. It's like, take me there right now.
Yeah, that's kind of a rarity, but if you can get your hands on it, it's so fresh that they put paper on it because it will burn your fingers. It's straight out of the oven.
Yeah, I love it. And then sometimes they'll like hang it up. They don't stack it necessarily, but they hang it so that you can kind of like make sure that it doesn't get like soggy or anything like that. So it's super cool. But if they don't have it, fresh bread there for you to pair with the morabba that you're about to buy. They usually have a bunch of packaged breads like lavash or barbari, the thicker bread, and depending on where you are, a variety of other types of bread. So that's a good resource to go get bread from a Persian market.
Definitely. Even the smaller ones that aren't necessarily Persian, they usually will have at least 2 or 3 kinds of packaged breads that are like either a flatbread or some sort of long and flat bread that we recommend you definitely try.
Yeah.
So next on the list, I would say there are some specialty items. And top of the specialty item list, I would say are spices. Saffron. I would keep my eyes peeled for saffron in any of its forms. In its sort of dried thread form, where you would then need to bloom it and grind it and dissolve it in water. You might find it in liquid gold you might find it in spray form. So look for saffron. In addition to saffron, there usually are these like bags full of spices. So they usually have like turmeric and cinnamon. Advieh is the word for a Persian spice mix. And sometimes you'll see like curry and other like big bags of spices. I always will grab the Persian dried mint because that's not always easy for me to find, and I use it in a lot of things. What else are you thinking you'd grab when you're there?
Yeah, in the specialty items category, I think my number one item there would be limu omani, which are the dried hard lemons that are rehydrated and put in a variety of different Persian stews, like for example, horme sabzi or reime. They have the dried limu amani. So that's a really unique item. They also will have it many times like ground. So you can get that as like kind of like with the spices, like a ground limu amani that adds a bright, soury, briny flavor to dishes. So you can't really get them other places. Really, Persian markets or online are really the only places that you can get them.
Yeah, definitely limu amani, dried lime. I would definitely also grab zereshk, and that's the dried sour barberries. Those are unique ingredients that we use in rice and sometimes as toppings. And we cook those down sometimes with a little bit of sugar and butter, and they are not easy to find. So I would grab a bag and store it either in my refrigerator or my freezer. Another item is I would get dried yellow split peas, which we call lapeh, from a Persian market.
Yeah, and to that point, actually, any kind of beans that you might want to get for, for your different soups or ash or different Persian dishes, the market will be a great place to get those.
Absolutely. Next category, we have drinks. Whenever I'm going by the Persian market, I am instructed to not forget the doogh. What is doogh, Bita June?
Doogh is a carbonated yogurt drink that can be pretty salty, sometimes minty. You have to take care when you're opening the container that it doesn't explode on you. It goes really well with like fatty foods like kebab or really kind of any kind of food that is like khoresht, like a tomato-based khoresht sauce. Doogh would go really well paired with that. It's kind of one of those polarizing drinks. You either love it and like can't live without it, or you're kind of like you hate it and you're scared of it and you don't want to go near it. So we encourage you to try it, at least if you haven't tried it before, definitely try it. But doogh is one of those items, again, that can really only be found at like Persian markets or a really, really specialty market. So definitely grab some and try some if you're there.
Yeah, usually in the refrigerated section, there's different brands. The ones that I get are in like little bottles. They're like in little 4-packs, I think. But also the drink that we absolutely pick up when we're there is tea. And that is the black loose leaf tea. And I think what makes Persian tea really special is the cardamom. So you could also get it in tea bags.
Yeah.
There's many varieties of Persian black tea. And I like Darjeeling. I'll sometimes get jasmine. Often we will get a couple of different kinds and mix it together at home. Earl Grey, really, it's just a loose leaf black tea that we brew down. We steep it and make it really dark and then dilute it with boiling water.
Yes. There are other specialty Persian drinks available as well. Just check with the store to see if they offer it, different herbal teas and things like that. So check it out.
Yeah. I just thought of the one that I picked up yesterday, which is pomegranate molasses. The particular market I went to has it fresh.
Oh.
And I used mine all up making fesenjoon meatballs. When reheating it, I was going to just kind of add a little bit more pomegranate juice, which I got from a regular store. But since I was there, I went ahead and bought more of this fresh, really thick, almost like pungent, sour
Paste almost, huh?
Yeah, like you just have to almost like squeeze it out. I wouldn't call it juice. It's molasses. So pomegranate molasses is not really a drink, but sometimes in that general area.
Yeah.
But yeah, next we have, some markets have like prepared frozen foods or refrigerated foods, and other markets have actually like already cooked and ready to go Persian dishes that you can have like takeout, which it would be amazing if you're lucky to have that.
Yes, absolutely. There's a market in Berkeley that I like to go to, Middle East Market, that they have a bunch of prepared foods. So they have the different types of khoresh ready to go. And you can also get a lot of times some soups at the prepared food section of a Persian market, like ash rishte or halim. But it is really delicious. Or you can even order some kebabs or some lamb shank. And it's like a great place. I know you do it all the time when you go to the market and then you pick up dinner from the prepared food section. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, I mean, just to call out, why not, our fellow merchants. The one that's closest to us when we're in the Bay Area is the Rose Market, and we've been going there for over 30 years. I recognize the people there. It's a really sweet feeling. I remember my dad going, he loved going. Mm-hmm. And then the one in Orange County is Mission Ranch. Oh my goodness. So that's our favorite down there. But yeah, so what we grab there, we'll grab yogurt, masta musir, halim. They have actual halim prepared. Depends what you want. And sometimes they'll have like torshi and tahchin, and just it's a kind of like a daily special. What kind of rice they might have? Zeresh polo, they might have adas polo, and the kebabs. Just absolutely, definitely have to get the kebabs. All the different kinds of kebabs. And while you're at it, I mean, I can make rice at home, but while I'm at it, I bring home rice, grilled tomato, and chilla kebab at home solves all your problems.
Absolutely. To your point about some of the prepared foods that are in the refrigerated or frozen section, a lot of times you can get your herbs for kuku, for ghormeh sabzi, or for ash rishte already prepped, washed, cut, sometimes sauteed, ready to go in the refrigerated or the frozen section. So if you're looking for kind of like a easy way to make some of those dishes, you can find them prepared in the frozen section as well.
Yeah, and some of our big brands have the actual khoresh and kebab and dishes packaged and in the frozen section. So depending on your area, sometimes I'll take shortcuts and I'll go down the aisle and I'll see, oh, there's eggplant in a jar. I'll get that and turn that into something. Or, I will get a ready-made jarred ghormeh sabzi that then I would just add things to, which saves a ton of time. So
yeah,
just see what they have fun with it. I hope that you've been inspired, and that next time you pass by a Persian or Middle Eastern market, you'll go in, and there's so much more that we didn't cover.
Yes.
Desserts and lavoshak.
Yep. And fresh produce too. Sometimes the specialty produce, like if you're looking to find quince, beh, or limu shirin, or Persian cucumbers, it's always a good place to get those special ingredients as well. We could be here all day talking about all the fun ingredients that you get at a Persian market.
Produce was a good point. I yesterday grabbed some big, huge ruby red, just bursting ripe pomegranates that I am using for table decor. I grabbed a big bag of persimmons.
Yes.
All the winter fruits they have. Persian cucumbers, of course. So fresh sabzi. Usually a large portion of a Persian or Middle Eastern market is fresh produce, which is fantastic.
Awesome. Well, I hope everyone is enjoying their winter so far. If you have enjoyed this episode, please feel free to share it with a friend or two, or a cousin who may be interested, or maybe someone who actually isn't Persian and is interested to learn a little bit more about the Persian food and our culture. And we would love to encourage that. Thank you all for listening. And until next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye. You've been listening to the Modern Persian Food Podcast with Bita and Beata. Thanks for spending time with us. If you've enjoyed what you heard today, consider telling a friend or giving us a good rating. You can subscribe to our show for free on your favorite podcasting app, or find us online at modernpersianfood.com or on Instagram for the recipes and information we talked about today. We'd love to hear your thoughts, and see you next time.